What's up, everybody? I'm Anthony Carboni, excited to be here for the launch of NGN at GDC 2016. GDC, of course, is the Game Developers Conference. Every year, all the game developers get together to have secret meetings at the Moscone Center in San Francisco and share their dark magics and wizardry with one another. Also, every company that's involved in making things that allow you to play games comes to show off what they have coming up in the next year. So there's going to be a ton of that, but there's also so much amazing creativity from developers here on this floor, and I cannot wait to show it off for you guys. So let's jump into it. Right here in the middle of the GDC Expo floor is the IGF Pavilion. This is the Independent Games Festival. Every year, a group of judges made up of game developers and people in the industry come together and vote on what the most interesting, amazing, creative, strange, out there, forward-thinking, independent games of the year are. All of the nominees are back here. There are some that you probably already heard of, things like Super Hot or Darkest Dungeon or Undertale, which is up for a number of awards this year. But there are some amazing games that you may not have played already. Things like Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, which is a VR bomb defusal game for two people. Things like Circa Infinity, doing really, really amazing and interesting things with space and games. So many cool things going on here. The IGF Pavilion is probably my personal favorite part of the show floor. But we will show you other things, but I could spend the day here. I could stay here. I'm up at the VR Lounge now with Jeff Cannata. Hi, buddy.
Hey, Anthony Carboni.
We normally host a podcast together called We Have Concerns, but when we're not doing that, Jeff is a legitimate technology reporter, man, for CNET. You host Tomorrow Daily.
I do, yeah.
And you are a big VR guy.
I can't wait for VR. VR is all over the place here at GDC.
Everything is ramping up right now.
Yeah.
What have you tried that is absolutely wonderful here at the lounge?
Oh, so many things. So many things I have tried. I just tried Chronos, which is a legit third-person RPG adventure game, sort of Zelda meets Ico, but in virtual reality. And the fact that it's in virtual reality is a big deal because it's still a third-person camera, but it handles the camera sort of like how Resident Evil, the old Resident Evils used to, with a static camera. So if you walk through a door, it cuts to a new camera angle.
Oh, okay.
But it's your head. You know, it's your head. It's like
Yeah.
they put your head on a shelf, and you can watch the guy you're controlling, and you watch him walk closer to you, and then farther away, and then out a door, and then cut to you in a new location.
Well, and it's so wonderful because everybody thinks about VR as this first person, like I am in the game thing. But from a third person perspective, it's crazy because all of these weird, they were previously stupid reflexes we had.
Yeah.
You know, when you're like trying to see around a wall in a game and you naturally go like,
Yeah.
nothing happens except in VR.
And now it does. Now you do get you get new information by leaning around things. And there's so many other games here that have blown me away with the lab. Valve's use of the Portal and Half-Life universe to create a series of mini games. And oh my God, I was giggling because it has that Valve sense of humor. It's completely different than anything you've ever done before. There's another game called Thunderbird, which basically takes Myst or Riven and puts it in a virtual space. So it's a much slower paced game. You're physically manipulating objects, you're solving puzzles. It's amazing. I've done my best to try all the VRs.
All of them. I've tried 37 different VRs.
It's just a series of headsets being placed on my face. That's what GDC is this year. It's just headset to headset.
It's just setting yourself up for a million ear flicks and you don't know where they're coming from.
Yeah.
And your hair gets progressively worse throughout the day.
It's a terrible, terrible hair. I'm sure there's a rampant lice outbreak somewhere that's happening. I don't even know.
So there's a ton of technology around virtual reality going on. We're gonna see a lot of that. We're gonna see a lot of what's coming up from your favorite developers over the next year. I am so excited to be here, sharing it all with you guys on this new channel. So make sure that you subscribe to get all of the news that we've got for you over the next couple days.